Hey everyone, Noah St. John here from noahstjohn.com and appformations.com, and welcome to the Ask Noah St. John show right here on noahnation.com. I am here on noahnation.com every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific, where I answer your questions about how to get rid of your head trash, get unstuck, find your voice, and automate your business so you can have more time freedom, personal freedom, and financial freedom. Welcome. And again, hello everyone. Noah St. John here from noahstjohn.com and appformations.com. Make sure you go to my website. It's noahstjohn.com and get my new book. It's called Get Rid of Your Head Trash. And you can get that absolutely free. Now today our topic is a magic formula to solve worry problems. Now I am going to be today continuing our look at one of my favorite books in self-help literature, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living by Dale Carnegie. You can see my very well-used copy here because this book has traveled with me all across this great country of ours for many, many years, these many decades. And so today I want to share with you the chapter called A Magic Formula for Solving Worry Problems. All right? Would you like a quick, surefire recipe for handling worry situations, a technique you can start using right away before you go any further in reading this book? Oh, there's a nice copy for you, isn't it? That's good copy, right? Would you like a quick, surefire recipe for handling worry situations? Well, that's why I'm reading this book, Dale. So the point is, yes, a technique you can start using right away. Do you see this is very good copy? So I'm sharing this book with you not just to help you overcome your worry problems. That's, of course, the point of this book and this, what I'm going through with this, but also to show you that this is darn good copy. So this is very helpful for inner game and outer game. Now, I've been teaching inner game and outer game for 20 years to my clients, my coaching clients. And so I like to give you some perspective here, not just from an inner game perspective. The inner game is the stuff that happens between your ears that you don't see directly, but you see the effects of them. And then the outer game are the things that you do see directly, things like sales and marketing, web pages, your sales funnels, all of your different marketing things and things like that. So we help people with both of those. And that's why I like to pull back a little bit, give you some perspective on just how brilliant this work is. Now, keep in mind, this book was written over 50 years ago. In fact, it was written in the 1940s. So what's that, 70 years ago now? So, but it's still very appropriate today, and it's still got great copy that we can learn from today. Well, then let me tell you about the method worked out by Willis H. Carrier, the brilliant engineer who launched the air conditioning industry and who headed the world-famous Carrier Corporation in Syracuse, New York. Now, Carrier, he did, in fact, invent air conditioning. That's why the most famous and largest air conditioning company is the Carrier Company, right? And that's that guy that did it. Pretty amazing, huh? It is one of the best techniques I ever heard of for solving worry problems, and I got it from Mr. Carrier personally when we were having lunch together one day. When I was a young man, Mr. Carrier said, I worked for the Buffalo Forge Company. I handled the assignment of installing a glass cleaning device in a plant at the Pittsburgh Plate Glass Company, costing millions of dollars. The method of glass cleaning was new. It had been tried only once before. It worked after a fashion, but not well enough to meet the guarantee we had made. I was stunned by my failure. It was almost as if someone had struck me a blow to the head. My stomach insides began to twist and turn. I was so worried I couldn't sleep. Finally, common sense reminded me that worry wasn't getting me anywhere. So I figured out a way to handle my problem without worrying. It worked superbly, and I've been using the same anti-worry technique for more than 30 years. It's simple, anyone can use it, and it's just 3 steps. All right, so does that sound intriguing, right? Notice how he piques your curiosity. He's telling you a story. Notice how important storytelling is. This is very effective in all of our marketing, all of our campaigns is telling stories. Stories are emotional transportation. They take you places and they also embed. That's why these stories have lasted this long. Step 1, I analyzed the situation fearlessly and honestly and figured out what was the worst that could possibly happen. No one was going to jail me or shoot me. There was a chance I would lose my position and a chance my employers would have to remove the machinery and lose $20,000. Step 2, after figuring out what was the worst that could possibly happen, I reconciled myself to accepting it if necessary. I said to myself, this failure will be a blow to my record. It might mean the loss of my job, but I can always get another position. Conditions could be much worse. And also they can charge it up to research and take it as a tax deduction. After discovering the worst that could happen and reconciling myself to accepting it, an extremely important thing happened. I immediately relaxed and felt a sense of peace I hadn't experienced in days. Step 3, from that time on, I calmly devoted my time and energy trying to improve on the worst, which I had already accepted mentally. I now tried to figure out ways that I might reduce the loss we faced. I made several tests and figured out if we spent another $5,000 for additional equipment, our problem will be solved. We did this, and instead of losing $20,000, we made $15,000. I probably would never have been able to do this if I kept on worrying, because one of the worst features of worrying is that it destroys our ability to concentrate. When we worry, our minds jump here and there and everywhere, and we lose all power of decision. Isn't that true? Have you ever been in a situation of worry? I sure have. And that's all you can do. You're consumed with this worry. Just like I talked about in the last episode, you're living in the past or you're living in the future, and it's all fear or resentment, regret, all these things that take our focus away. We can't think, we can't act, and of course, then it just makes the whole situation worse. So the point is, now, why is Willis H. Carrier's magic formula so valuable and so practical? Because it yanks us down out of the great gray clouds in which we fumble around when we're blinded by worry. That's what I was just talking about, right? It plants our feet solid on the earth. We know where we stand. And if we haven't solid ground under us, how in creation can we ever hope to think anything through? All right, so I really like this. All right, this really makes sense. And I've used this technique, what he calls the Willis H. Carrier technique. I suppose you just call it the Carrier technique. Right? Many times. And you just say, all right, what's the worst that can happen? You know, I'm going to lose this money, or, you know, this relationship might be damaged, or it might be lost, or I might lose face, or I might lose this client, or I might, you know, not get this deal, whatever it might be. And then you're like, okay, well, let's just accept that happened. Am I, like, you know, he says here, am I going to jail? Is anybody going to shoot me? Am I doing something illegal or immoral? No, I mean, none of that stuff is going to happen. You're not facing anything, you know, life-threatening, generally speaking. All right, so does this work every time? Of course not. Nothing works all the time. That's why, you know, if there was one way to stop worrying and start living, we wouldn't need a book about it, would we? And we wouldn't have all these problems that we have right now. Lin Yutang said, the Chinese philosopher, true peace of mind, he said, comes from accepting the worst. Psychologically, I think it means a release of energy. When we've accepted the worst, we have nothing more to lose. And that automatically means we have everything to gain. Okay, so the point is, and he gives several, of course, stories about, you know, people who, I love this story by Earl Haney, who thought he was dying. And he said, you know what, if I'm dying, who cares? And I'm going to just go on a round the world voyage and have fun in my last days. He even had his coffin put on the ship because he figured he'd be dead, and they'd have to ship him back in a coffin. Of course, the doctors said he was crazy and all this stuff. And he had a great time. He played games on the ship, made new friends. And he said, when we reached China and India, I realized that the business cares I had faced back home were paradise compared to the poverty and the hunger in the Orient. Now, of course, there's poverty and hunger everywhere. There's poverty and hunger in the United States, in Canada, in the United Kingdom, everywhere in the world there's poverty. So it's not necessarily that, you know, it's any specific place. So the point is, this is a great way to realize. First, I asked myself, what's the worst that could happen? The answer was death. And, you know, this is Earl Haney talking. Second, I prepared myself to accept death. I had to. There was no choice. The doctor said my case was hopeless. And third, I tried to improve the situation by getting the utmost enjoyment out of life for the short time I had left. And he says, if I had gone on worrying after boarding that ship, I have no doubt I would have made the return voyage inside my coffin. I relaxed, and instead I relaxed and I forgot all my troubles. This calmness of mind gave me a new burst of energy, which actually saved my life. So are you facing any worries in your life? What worries are you facing right now? All right, so first of all, if you like this technique, send me a heart, send me a smiley face, send me a thumbs up. Let me know. The more that you engage with these programs, the more that Facebook, through their algorithm, is actually going to share this program with more people around the world. So are you facing worry problems right now? What are you worried about? Is it money? Is it health? Is it relationships? Is it your future? Is it your business? What kind of things are you worried about? And see if these techniques can help you. I certainly recommend this book, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living by Dale Carnegie. I'm going to keep going through this book to help you and walk you through it. But let me know what questions you have about how to get rid of your head trash. See, worry is a form of head trash, isn't it? It's that old belief that says, I can't do it because I'm not going to be able to overcome this because I'm not smart enough, or I'm not good enough, I'm not talented enough, whatever it might be, I don't have the money, whatever you might be telling yourself. See, so that causes worry. That's head trash right there. So I've been teaching how to get rid of head trash for 20 years now. And as a result, my clients have made over $100 million just over the last few years. I've devoted the last 10 years of my life to really helping my clients grow their businesses, and I've been able to do that. And so for the next 10 years, what we're going to do is, yes, we're going to continue with our mission of helping 10,000 small business owners to double their performance and profits. And then we're also we have a new mission, which is to help 1 million veterans and their families overcome the effects of PTSD. With my teachings, I can definitely cure the effects of PTSD. In fact, the symptoms of that, and in fact, the underlying causes of PTSD. So if you or someone you know is suffering from PTSD, go to my website, noahstjohn.com. You can contact me directly there. Make sure you get my book, Get Rid of Your Head Trash, right there on Noah St. John. And now I'll give you the affirmation of the day. Today's affirmation is, no, that's not it. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I keep pressing copy, and then it does it wrong. So here we go again. Affirmation of the day is, why do I solve my money? Yeah, you could put that in there. Why do I solve my worry problems so easily? Mostly we are worried about money. Isn't that true? I know I have found that to be true in my life. And so certainly, why do I solve my worry problems so easily? And why do I solve my money problems so easily? Those could certainly go together very easily. So remember, go to noahstjohn.com and get my new book, Get Rid of Your Head Trash. Also, if you want to apply to work with me as a mentee or to have me coach you, just go to noahstjohn.com/apply, noahstjohn.com/apply, and fill out the form there. And you and I will get on the phone and we'll see what we might be able to do together. Now, for everyone here at successclinic.com, I'm Noah St. John signing off for now. Be sure to join us next time right here on Noah Nation at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific, where I'll walk you through more of my favorite self-help books. And until next time, I look forward to being a part of your success story. See you next time, everyone. Bye-bye for now.